All right, so we are looking at the lesson that was presented on Monday, September 14th, which was lesson 13. Started with information about the mid-unit 1 assessment test corrections. So that is available to any students that scored less than an 80%, and you can improve your grade up to an 80%. So if you were to do the test correction assignment, you are making a copy of the template, and you are then going to go in and identify whatever questions you missed, what you answered, why you chose the answer you did, and then the correct answer, excuse me, and what makes it correct. And you could go and reference the assessment itself, and that was from last Thursday, lesson 11, part 2. That is going to be due in completion by Friday to earn, excuse me, some points back for that mid-unit assessment. Next, we have our entrance ticket. Learning targets for today, I can demonstrate understanding of the excerpt from chapter 11. I can generate discussion norms for productive discussion. The entrance ticket asks for us to look at the sentence. They're not going to like that, Grover warned. They'll think you're impertinent. And we were to identify the meaning of impertinent based on the context. And so we talked about some different strategies that we could use. Obviously, they're talking about context clues. Not so easy with this one. So another strategy I suggested was first identifying if the word had a positive or a negative connotation. Did we think that being impertinent was a good thing or a bad thing? And so by focusing on the first part, they're not going to like that. We identified that this was a bad thing and had a negative connotation. Then we talked about other strategies we could use, like the affix list with word parts, or looking it up in the dictionary to find out. So that impertinent means not proper or rude. We then moved into talking about text-based discussion. So I encourage you to please go into this assignment in lesson 13, watch the video on the Socratic seminar, and think about what the students did correctly and what they could have improved upon in doing this discussion. We have our end of unit assessment coming up very soon, and it is a text-based discussion. The assessment will not be a quiz, test, question, answer kind of thing, but a text-based discussion. And everyone will need to participate and be able to use text evidence to support their opinions. And so we talked about what that looked like with this group here and how they did a good job of respecting one another, listening, and engaging in the conversation. Things that they could have improved perhaps were maybe everybody participating, voices being a little bit louder, things like that. We then moved into our chapter 11 excerpt. I reminded students that with this GIST vocab assignment, it is 2 parts. Still quite a few people not doing the entire assignment. So after we have read chapter 11, you are then going to give me a gist for chapter 11. The questions here are not questions that you need to answer in the text box. They are to guide your gist to make sure that you get all of the main parts of the gist. And then the vocab words we have to choose from: gnarled, an adjective describing something; pawn, a noun. In this case, a person. So choose one of those words to use correctly in a sentence. The last part of today's lesson is a homework check point of view for chapter 11, 5 questions. It is a quiz in air quotes, not a formal grade. That is it for the lesson today. Tomorrow, Tuesday, September 15th, we are map testing, so there will not be a new lesson. Therefore, there will not be a recorded lesson for tomorrow, and we'll get back to our next lesson, lesson 14, on Wednesday.